The things I liked about my first movie, one, it was my first movie I've ever made, so it was just kind of going through the initial process. It was really fun to try to figure out the different shots you could do for the different parts. Definitely required a lot more thought than I initially anticipated. Some of the problems I ran into in my first movie, I think initially was just where I did the filming the first time through. I had some issues with getting the lighting right without having shadows in the film, so I had to scrap all my original footage and relocate it to where I shot it in my kitchen. Let's see, some of the other things I didn't like. I think I was a little all over the place in my edit as far as the transitions between some of the screens. I think I was just trying to try some new stuff, but I could have kind of kept it a little more consistent. Also, I don't know, probably could have wore something a little nicer. The editing process for me, it was the first time I've ever edited a movie that I kind of like scripted, so it was definitely initially a pretty good challenge just to find all the little pieces that I did want to use. It seemed very time consuming, that I was still trying to learn. For my next video, I'm planning on doing a documentary on my friend Cody James. He's a musician, a longtime musician, is the front man of his own band, and he has played at some pretty major events in New Hampshire. He has a residency at a local restaurant where he plays every Thursday his own one-man acoustic set. So what I'm basically going to try to document is just his life and how he manages to make being a musician work while also working a day job, and just what he loves about it, and how he can make it part of his livelihood. So the type of shots I'm planning on using in my documentary, obviously one of the quintessential parts is I'm going to use the talking head interview shots, of course. I also have some stock footage of my friend Cody playing with his band in a couple different venues. Also some of him doing a solo routine, so I'll definitely integrate that into the movie as well, and maybe even might be able to dig up some older pictures from some of his older bands that he did play in and incorporate those in. Plus, of course, I'm going to incorporate his original music into it, either as far as part of the soundtrack and just throughout bits and pieces of all his music.